to your new moon in Taurus reading. Hope you guys are doing great out there. This reading will include the chakra reading together. So let's get in here and see what's going on for you. So we do have the Taurus card out for this new moon in Taurus. This is going to be all about grounding, stability, and planting those seeds for long-term growth. This is going to be related to your finances, your self-worth, and of course your pleasures, bringing in that Venus energy. But what really makes the May 2026 new moon unique, guys, is that it's going to be in conjunction with Uranus. Okay, and then of course we're having Gemini coming on in. So on the 17th, it'll be Gemini season. So, but this is, you know, the planet of sudden change and disruption with that Uranus. So this could mean, you know, some kind of unexpected new beginnings happening that are going to shake up your ideal securities, your foundations, pushing you out of that comfort zone, finding that a truer value within yourself, asking you some questions as well, as always, right, as you're trying to let go to make new intentions. So let's get in here and see how this is going to affect you at this time. So let's grab a moon card. Best message for Aquarius, getting a moon card. Message is the South Node is don't let your past hold you back. Nice. Alrighty. Let's get a couple of chakra cards first before we get into this reading. You're definitely breaking some kind of generational chain over here. Solar plexus. To the, give us another one, third eye. Focus. Actually, you know, I feel like this should be this way, because the solar plexus says that with your Taurus energy, you're going to need those intentions to ground. With the third eye, it's definitely under the moon, because I feel like it's saying, I want you to focus. Focus on unmasking these ghosts of the past through your psyche. Yeah, I like it that way. Yeah, because this says ground yourself. So here it's saying don't let the past hold you back, because the South Node represents that karmic baggage and that uncomfortable habits. And remember, excuse me, Taurus says, I want you to get out of your comfort zone. And this says, okay, well, you've learned what you need to learn. You really need to move forward, because those things are really not serving you well anymore. So in the third eye, yeah, it really wants you to focus. Using that current vision of the future. That could be clouded by some of your old stories that you've made, old ways of doing things. Like I said, those habits. Likely about what you can't and don't deserve, letting those go so that you can have, because the solar plexus says, I can do this. So letting go of that. Because the new moon in Taurus really wants to give you that fresh start. Right? And the third eye going this way is really saying, but I'm still looking in kind of that rear view mirror of yesterday, but it's giving you a karmic reset, right? It wants you to say, hey, let go of that so we can move forward. So it's going to build that strength within you if you allow it, right? Really digging deep where it is. So then it says, right, the solar plexus says, well, where's your willpower? This is where your willpower lives. The solar plexus is your sun. It's right above your belly button. 6 inches above your belly button is where that is. That's where that comes from, that willpower, that strength. And it says this is where your light is being dimmed, though. It's being dimmed, though, by the south node's gravity. The south node says, no, but I want you to stay here on this karmic path. But you have the confidence that's it's like your confidence is currently tied to the past successes or even the failures. Because that's the I can't do this, or I can't do that because I didn't succeed. You need to move past that so that you can let that go and remove that. The adjustment here is to reclaim your power in the now, allowing yourself to be more independent for your future. You know, I mean, we're just really saying, guys, is you're not who you were 5 years ago. You are not the same person as you were, you know, for some of you, even 5 months ago. You've transformed. There's many things that you know you've moved past, but yet you're still holding on to that link for some reason, right? And it's that comfort zone. Well, I don't know if I can do that because it's comfortable, right? But yet you're Aquarius, so you're like, but I want the freedom. I want to be my more authentic self. And then for some of you, I feel like when you feel like you're being too authentic, you feel like you're pushing yourself down, but it's saying, no, right now, I want the old patterns to go away. So let's grab an oracle card. Especially as we have Uranus, that's your own planet, Aquarius. That's your planet. It's saying, I want the freedom, I want the authenticity to be free, to be wild, to be myself, but I can't do that if I'm still living for yesterday. Because yesterday put me into a place where I have to be like everybody else. I had to conform to society's this and that, but it's saying there are certain things you have to conform to, but there are certain things that you're conforming to that you do not need to do so anymore. It's not helping you, it's hurting you. Karma of Kutuhala. Oh, jeez. At least the new camera can read, so that's a good thing. Okay. So, this oracle card is a karmic card, and it's South Node's karmic. The Kutuhala is a Sanskrit term, guys, often associated with the curiosity, wonderment, the joy of the search, wanting to be free, breaking the chains. This card really is pretty much saying that curiosity is the antidote to the karma. Instead of feeling heavy about your past, look at it with the curiosity. What did those patterns help you with? You know, what was the lesson that was learned through that situation? Going deep into a type of hermit mode to figure that out. Right, really focusing on encouraging you to replace regret with inquiry. What has it taught me? Curiosity is the light, and it can be very airy, right? It's a very airy, and you're airy. So it's helping you float above the heavy karmic weight of the South Node. So it's telling you it's time to release. But look at it from what you need to look at it with questions. That way, if you ask the questions, you can get the answers. Just go back and ask that, right? I mean, Aquarius, you're the sign of the future. So why are you not living, you know, for the future? Why are you stuck in the past, right? So this new moon in Taurus is pretty much asking you to ground yourself in the moment. The Karma of Kutuhala is literally saying this is the only way to break the chains, is to be more curious about where you're going and where you've been. Because looking at yesterday always pushes us forward to tomorrow. So let's get some tarot cards. A couple of tarot cards, please. Got the new deck going on over here. 8 of Swords. Yep. Keeping yourself trapped. Trapped within your mind. 2 of Pentacles. Looking out. What else is there? Adapting to something new. Adapting to something fresh. Adapting to what it is you want. Getting out of your mind. 7 of Wands. Whoa. Yeah, I actually like the 7 of Wands there. I do. And there's the Devil. Releasing yourself from what no longer serves you. Saying, this is it. I release those chains of karma. So, I mean, you've been mentally trapped over here, guys, within your own perspective for so long. The blindfold and the swords are the self-imposed ways of looking at things. I just feel like this here with the chakra is literally telling you that you have always had the power to walk away, but the way you're perceiving yourself in this cage was making you feel trapped. And it's really because of this Devil card. I feel like this card here is the overall card for this whole reading. Right, I mean, if we put it right here in the middle, that's really it. Because the Devil is what's really keeping you trapped. Your cage is open. You can walk out anytime you want. But there could be some fear of what was happening yesterday that can keep you from not moving forward in that area. So you're finally seeing that the karma was the most mental habit. So when you step out of the 8 of Swords, your cage, and you're looking at the horizon, you're going to come across this crossroads, right? You're coming across this crossroads. This crossroads is going to make some strategical moves and objective decisions about your future. I mean, you're going to really see it for, you know, and you maybe, you know, it's 2 Pentacles. You weigh the pros and cons to the situations, you know? I mean, because this energy is really you taking action, you saying, I'm taking my power back from the past and deciding where to plant my new seeds during this Taurus new moon. Total reset, karmic reset for you. The old cycle of getting out of the old cycle. So, I mean, you really are in this real fight for your manifestations. You're probably going to feel really exhausted during this new moon, knowing that you're trying to battle to get forward. But you have the upper hand as long as you stay curious rather than fearful. Okay? Stay curious. Don't fear. The song I got in my head was Don't Fear the Reaper. I was listening to Blue Oyster Cult all day yesterday for my birthday, so now I've got that song in my head. But that's totally that right there. Don't fear the Reaper. Right, because you don't live in that place anymore. You've learned that lesson. It's time to break those ties and time to walk out and do exactly what you need to do. You know, and remember, don't just survive it. Question it until it loses its power over you. And that's all. That's all. And then you walk right in. And then you're going to walk right into Gemini season feeling fresh, renewed. Probably a little dreary though and a little weary because the energies are still a little weird, so you might still feel a little restless. But I do feel like you're going to have a weight off your shoulders, but you could feel restless or tired. So if you do, make sure that you're getting the rest that you need, guys. Okay? Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.